Join me right now, back on the show, is Eternal MMA strawweight champion, Casey Oneill. How are you, Casey?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Let's jump into it right away. Your title defense, Eternal MMA 46. You took on Jada Ketley, first round submission victory. Take us through that fight and give us your assessment of your performance.
Yeah, that fight was awesome. Obviously, really good to get an early finish and be able to go again soon. So it was good. I thought that I performed pretty well. It's what I envisioned the whole fight camp was like go in there, hit her with some punches, take her down, and should give me something. So yeah, it all worked out according to my plan, which was cool.
When you first engaged, it seemed like you were going to just stand and strike with her. That's what it looked like. I was like, oh, okay, she's gonna stand and bang, and then you decided to go into that clinch. When you engaged with her, when you grabbed her in the clinch, did you feel that you were much stronger than her?
Yeah. Standing, I also felt like, okay, I
Mhm.
want to stand and bang. I want to prove myself. She was like, obviously, with you and a couple of other people, she was telling them that my striking was like not as superior as hers and stuff. So I kind of had a chip on my shoulder there. And I wanted to stand with her and be like, I can throw hands too. But as soon as I grabbed her, I realized, like, oh, this is, if it goes to the ground, like, I will finish this quick. So yeah, I thought, should do what my coaches want me to do and take her to the ground and finish it early instead of trying to have an ego bang on the feet.
Definitely. You don't get paid by the minute, right?
Yeah, exactly. Finish it quick.
Everybody is their own worst critic. Anything you did not like about that fight, about your performance?
Yeah, there was a couple of times when I entered that I didn't really like move my head enough. Obviously, with the chip on my shoulder, I just wanted to stand there and throw in the pocket. So I know that my boxing is better than that, but I didn't really get to show much of it, which was frustrating. But I was happy as soon as I went to the ground, she did exactly what I thought she was going to do. It was turn around and give me her back. So I can't be like too upset with it. First round finish. Like I said, it's easy and it gets me a chance to give another fight this year. So yeah, I'm just happy to have come out of it without a mark at all, and yeah, ready to go again.
You're talking to me from Phuket. Before that last fight, you went out and tried out for Tiger Muay Thai. Um, and now you're at Tiger Muay Thai training and getting ready for your next fight. What's the connection there? How did you end up back at Tiger Muay Thai?
Yeah, so after the tryouts finished, obviously I didn't get the full scholarship, but George and Saya had sat me down and told me they would offer me a year free training because they really seen some potential in me and wanted me to continue training with the team. So I went home, obviously had that fight, and then decided, like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna go and give it everything I've got in Thailand and train under the Hickman brothers. Obviously, there's so much knowledge there, and Tiger Muay Thai has like great training partners. Stand up is like crazy good. So yeah, I just thought, why not make the most of the year opportunity that they were offering me?
Speaking of training partners, the last time we spoke, you mentioned that at your team you mainly trained with guys, but now if you look at Tiger Muay Thai, there's a bunch of women, high level women training there, and you're just another addition to that. And you got always got women coming in from other countries and training with you. Who are your main training partners right now?
So at the moment, my main training partners are Mel Zeman, who's a flyweight, and I've also got Loma, who's just signed to the UFC. She's a strawweight. We recently had Cynthia Calvillo in through the gym as well. So there's a lot of high level girls around, obviously, that are regional at the moment too. But I've got Wen. She fights for one championship. So there's so many girls, way too many to name. Every day you go in there, there's girls just ready to push you and help you with your training camp, and we've all got the same goal. So yeah, it's awesome.
How different has your training become because of that? Because when you step on the mats, there's all these women there you can kind of lock horns with and engage your level.
Yeah, I love it. It's something I've never experienced, obviously, coming from a gym full of guys. So to be able to go with the girls, we all fight around similar weights. Like most of us are straw weights or flyweights. So we all get to like push each other. Strength wise, we're similar, so we can go hard. And there's like everyone cares about each other's training, so they'll work with you for what your opponent's going to do and stuff. So I think it's awesome. You get all these looks with people that are very similar to who you're going to end up fighting. And there's no egos or no bullshit at this gym. So it's awesome.
You have been there for 5 weeks now. What have you added to your regimen that you did not have training back in Australia?
Obviously, training with the girls is a big thing. I think that that's going to show leaps and bounds in my fight, like improvements wise. Obviously, the Hickman brothers, they're wrestling and like cage wrestling, wall work, and just the knowledge of MMA that they have. I think that's going to show through my fights as well, especially working closely at the moment with Frank and George on like how to win this fight. I think that'll show crazy amounts in my fight.
I also know that they have like a massive striking department, you know, with the Muay Thai and everything, and then they have the strength and conditioning. Is that part of your schedule right now?
Yeah, I've been doing some of the kickboxing K1 classes, some Muay Thai classes, just mixing everything up, standing. Definitely gonna dive deeper into the Muay Thai after this fight. Take some months to get like really good at that. So yeah, clinching and conditioning, everything has been helping. Even the heat in Thailand, like being able to push cardio wise through the conditions that you're training in here is just like such a helpful thing for MMA.
All right. Well, now we turn the tables to Eternal MMA 48, your next title defense. You're taking on an undefeated Miki Motono. What are your thoughts on her?
I don't really know much about her, to be honest. I know she's undefeated, obviously, and she's fought on some good shows in Japan, and I'm pretty sure she's pretty popular in Japan, but she's coming over to Australia to fight me for my belt, so I know that she's not going to be in for an easy night, that's for sure.
Is there a different kind of excitement because you're facing someone, an international opponent, you know, someone from a country that has a deep roots in MMA?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Like fighting someone with the exact same record as me, who's unbeaten, coming over. Obviously, she's coming over with something to prove, and she's being looked at as a prospect for sure. And yeah, I'm really excited for that Eternal has given me an international opponent to fight. I just get to prove myself one more time that I'm better than these girls in Australia and Japan. It doesn't matter where they come from; that I can take them out as soon as we get in there.
After your last fight, or even before your last fight, you were like, I want to fight Alex Chambers. Was that ever talked about before you got this Japanese opponent?
We sent like 5, 6 messages, I'm pretty sure, like hounded them, emails. I was sending her inboxes on Instagram, like I really did want that fight, but unfortunately they didn't get back to us at all. We didn't hear anything. So yeah, we just had to move on, unfortunately.
Definitely, well, at least you got somebody that's willing to fight you because you've had a hard time finding opponents. So when you get an opponent from another country to come in, that's always a phenomenal opportunity. When you look at this matchup, or what type of performance do you see you having?
So from what I know about her, obviously she's a wrestler, sort of judo-based girl. So I'm actually going to stand and bang in this one. I'm pretty sure, keep the distance and finish her striking. I reckon I can get another first round finish to end out the year.
This event coming up, Eternal 48, you got 4 titles on the line with yours included. It's probably the biggest regional show ever to hit Australian soil. What does that mean for you to be on a card like that, especially with UFC 243 happening the next day?
Yeah, as soon as I heard about this card, I was like, get me on this card, get me on this card, get me on this card. I wanted to be on it. I knew it was an opportunity that couldn't be missed. Like you said, it's definitely the biggest regional show in Australia that we've ever had. 4 titles, all the guys that are like the champions at the moment that are fighting on the same night as me are great champions. It's a big weekend for Australian MMA with the UFC Melbourne, so a lot of eyes are going to be on it. So I just want to wanted to make sure I was on it to be able to show like what I can do, you know.
You never know who can be in the crowd on that night. And do you kind of look at this fight as an audition for the UFC?
I'm definitely taking it as that. I mean, I take every fight as that because I know that with girls, 2 wins, 3 wins with some good finishes, you know, you're right there. So when I win this fight, it'll be 3-0. So with someone watching in the crowd, you never know what's going to happen. So I'm looking to go out there and put on a dominant performance, and for sure, hopefully, there'll be some eyes watching me after that.
UFC 43 the next day. The main event is Robert Whittaker versus Israel Adesanya. What is your thoughts on this fight, and who do you feel is going to win?
I love this fight. I do. Like, I don't really want to pick who I would, who I want to win more. You know, I want to sit on the fence. Like, if it was a draw, that would be great. You know, but it's so cool to see like an Aussie and a New Zealander fighting for an UFC title. Like, that's never happened before. So it's big for the country. You know, for Anzac. So I'm thinking Robert Whittaker wins, but Izzy's crazy. Like anything could happen, so you never know.
Yeah, that fight is just beneficial for everybody. You, everybody on the internal card. I think for every athlete, every fighter in the region, it's beneficial for it. It just shows you the level of talent that's coming out and that's going to be coming out, in the years to come. October 4th, you will be entering the cage to defend your strawweight title, Eternal 48. Thank you so much for the time, Casey, and good luck on the fight in your future.
Awesome, thanks. I'll make sure to jump back on after I win. Talk to you again.